Hey, what's happening everybody? Willie here at the Great Outdoors. Hey, how's everybody doing? How's the weather where you live? We have had the weirdest whacked out weather around here. I mean, we've had 38-degree days. We've had 80-degree days in the same week. Then we've had 38-mile-an-hour wind gusts. The leaves are flying everywhere. And they're all turning brown. There's been no color to them because we haven't had any rain. So they went right from green to brown, and now they're flying like bombs going down the road. You have to duck like leaf missiles coming at you because the winds have been up so high. It's craziness. I just talked with some friends in New Mexico, Harry and Sophia Howard, and they said they just got snowed in, lost their power, had power out for days, had to use the wood stove to stay warm. They are trapped up there in what I would consider a snurricane. Snurricane. Huh. Wonder if that's a word. I need to call the Weather Channel. Turns out it's not a word, and I've created something. The next call I'm going to make is to the pendings. That's right, I'm going to get on the phone with Pat and figure out just how in the world it is that they get their names on everything so I can have a piece of that. I think snurricane should be mine. I ought to get at least a nickel for every time somebody says it. Anyway, the reason we're talking today is we're actually talking about the Honda Monkey. Now, I haven't talked about the old Honda Monkey in quite some time. Not a specific video really for the Honda Monkey. And the reason for that, I'm going to tell you right now. For those of you who have watched my Honda Monkey videos and you really, I guess, may have came to the channel because of it, you guys know and gals know that the Honda Monkey has been out since 2019. There's a lot of videos out there. And there's people traveling all over the United States and all over Europe and all over everywhere on these little bikes, and they're making this for it, making that for it, and they're having an absolute blast with it. And I just didn't want to jump on the video bandwagon just to get views and come up with nothing that you can't already find on YouTube about the monkey. Now, when I bought the blue and white monkey, the first thing I did was I bought a rack to go on the back of it, and I began to build a, I don't know, fishing, camping sort of luggage device for the back of it. So I guess you could call it, you know, Monkey Luggage 1.0. If you want to call it that, go ahead. But if you do, I want a nickel for it. 1.0 was pretty good. It worked out fairly well. But I had Pelican boxes on the side, which are kind of heavy, even though they're the smallest version you can get. I think it's the smallest one. It's like an 1800 series. They're kind of heavy, but they're supposed to be because they're Pelican boxes. They're supposed to be tough. Keep the water out. Keep your stuff safe. So that was a good idea. I enjoyed that. But it's a little heavy. Okay, well, I had rod racks. I put those on the back. That worked out really well. But I did some shaving and cutting and all that really wasn't necessary to put those on there. Then I added a backrest. It was actually off my old Harley Davidson. It was the passenger sissy bar backrest to my old Harley Davidson, one of my Harleys. I can't remember which one it was, but I had it laying around, and I figured I'd try to make it work. Well, it did. Worked out okay. But 1.0 had its flaws. Weight, that was the major flaw. The size of the boxes aren't really big and they can't really hold a lot. So if you want to take, say, gasoline, or if you want to take your camera equipment, if you want to take lunch, it's not very big. It's not actually much bigger than an old lunchbox from the 60s and 70s. You know what I'm talking about. Scooby-Doo, Speed Buggy, the Partridge Family. You remember all those. The Lone Ranger. We all had those. I even had the Happy Days one. Hey. I needed something different, so I built a second one for the red and white monkey using the 38 size series, but it was the Apache boxes from Harbor Freight because they're considerably cheaper than Pelican. They worked out pretty well, and they're lighter. Still, I'm still looking at the way I have to mount these things. You got to drill them and put washers and nuts and bolts and all that stuff to make the boxes stay on. And then you put weight in them, and it kind of bows the basket out slightly. So it's working, and it's working better than 1.0 did. So 2.0 is pretty good. Then I went to a different backrest. The backrest is kind of like a butterbean shaped thing that is a passenger backrest for, say, a single seat. Like a single seat, you could put it behind you if you had a single seat bike or a bigger bagger type bike where you could put that backrest. Or, again, for the sissy bar for a passenger. But it is not the straight up and down tongue depressor style, but the butterbean shaped more. I know I describe things in weird ways, but you understand what I'm saying. So that worked out, but I didn't like the way that I mounted it. So we needed to do something different. So 2.0 really worked out and is still being used right now. I wanted to redo 1.0. I wanted to do something different. So I went up to good old Tractor Supply and bought me another milk crate. You gotta love the milk crate. I'm telling you, it's one of the greatest things in the world. We're gonna call it the monkey basket. If anyone says that, I want a nickel for it. I wanted to be a little lighter. That was the main thing. I wanted to be a little lighter. And for what I'm doing, Blue and White Monkey is kind of going to be my long distance traveler. Because it does have a little bit better top end. We've talked about that before. It has a little bit longer legs than the Red and White Monkey. Don't ask me why, I don't know. They're created equal for the most part. They're both 2020 monkeys. One has ABS, one doesn't. What I did was, started getting online, started looking things up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you out to the garage. That's right, you're going out to the garage. And we're going to do a little monkey changing, a little taking apart, putting together kind of thing. And I'm going to show you Monkey Luggage 3.0. That's right, Monkey Luggage 3.0. You're going to see Monkey Luggage 3.0. And anyone says that, that's right, I want a nickel. Go along with all these nickels, I'll be able to buy a cheeseburger. We all know I love cheeseburgers. So what you're seeing here, this is Monkey Luggage 1.0. And I'm going to have to partially squat because monkeys are short. And so am I for that matter, but you still have to. Anyway, 1.0. This worked out really well, and don't get me wrong, there's things about it that I really like, and I really wish there was a way to perfect it more like it is, but there's just not. What I really need to do is I need to buy another couple rod holders. I need to make something different here. Going to try a whole different backrest scenario, and that's what I want to make. That's what I want to build. And I think I've got it in my head, and I am creating it as we talk right now. It's like right there on the tip of my tongue, tip of my brainstem, and I have an idea what I want to do. So, without any further ado, whatever that means, because it seems like it can go a lot of different ways. But without waiting any longer, Monkey Luggage 3.0. Here we go. What I decided that I wanted to do was I wanted to look into these bags. And yes, they are red because they are basically Red Cross bags or your first aid bags or that type of thing. But the first aid bags come in all kinds of colors. I mean, you can get them in black, camouflage, you name it, you can get it. I wanted the red because just like these orange boxes that everybody said, man, why did you put orange boxes on your bag, on your bike? It's so orange. Well, you know, you're driving something that's kind of small, it's nice to be seen. And I'm more about functionality than I am the look of something, other than, you know, the classic look of the monkey itself. So, in the classic look of myself. But anyway, I have two of these. These basically go on military tactical bags. They just mount right to like the book bag, the backpack, or whatever you want to call it. These mount right to it. They're great. Got them off of Amazon. I believe these were in the $25 range. They're big. They have 2 zipper pouches, lots of Velcro, American flags, and they worked with all the holes that are in the side of a milk crate. Did I call it the milk crate? The monkey basket, box, square, cube. Anyway, it just worked out well. These, they have 4 snaps on the inside that hold it through the holes that are here for the handles, and it just worked out really well. Now, I have a third one, different style, on the back. That's more of a straight up and down type thing. because I still want to mount a couple of rod holders on each side as a just in case kind of thing. Then we're going to go around here, the backrest. This is the backrest I was telling you about. Kind of a black butterbean sort of thing. Got some hardware from Ace Hardware. Got some washers, some bolts. Screws right into the back of the seat because this has a bracket that it's on the back of the seat. You can't see it. So I'm really hoping this is going to work out. The only thing I haven't put on are the rod holders, and I'll get those. Walmart, I get those from Walmart. The 2-hole screws to the side of whatever you want to screw it to the side to, or front of, or back of, or top of, or whatever. I like them. I think they're like $5 a piece, and have yet to have one break. I got 2 on the golf cart, 2 on Red Monkey over here, 2 on Blue Monkey. None of them have broken. Not a single one have cracked, busted, flown off, lost them, nothing. Everything's been cool. So we'll do that on a later date. But right now, this is going to cut down on weight. Do I know how well it's going to work? I don't. Anyway, got to get this old box off and put the new one on. That's going to take a little time. So we're going to throw you in super fast, super speed, or I'm just not going to show you at all. How about that? How about I just don't even show you? How about I just take that off? I mean, do you really need to see me take? And bingo bango. There we go. 3.0 is on, installed, and I've already made it comfortable, and hopefully it'll stay that way. There's a few little things I would like to change here and there, and make some modifications, but for the most part, this is going to work out. I know a lot of people probably look at it and go, man, you put a milk crate on your bike. It is a milk crate, but man, it is so useful and just so easy to modify and utilize. So with the bags, everything, got 3 bags that can carry quite a bit actually. I think this is all going to work out. I think the back bag here, this back bag even has like a rope for a handle. You can take that rope off in case you have to pull a fellow monkey rider, or maybe one of those other people that ride other bikes. If you got to pull them somewhere to get some gas, or whatever the case may be. But it opens up. I think it was like 28 bucks. I'll give you a close-up of that here in just a moment. And these I think were in the $25 range. So I mean, to get luggage, actual seemingly decent luggage, to work with the way I want it to work, for 60 bucks in a milk crate for $8. The hardware was really the worst. I think this seat here was in the $39 range. I think somewhere in there. All in all though, everything seems to be looking pretty good, and I think it's going to work out. Backrest was pretty comfortable. Now see, a lot of people, I mount the backrest to the basket because the basket's plastic and it gives. So it kind of, it's comfortable. It lets you rock, lets you push back a little bit. So that's cool. Everything's going to work out. So anyway, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this little segment. Bigger plans coming for the monkeys this spring. And when I say bigger plans, I mean it. Some bigger stuff's getting ready to happen for the monkeys. So stay around, hang around. You'll see some cool stuff happening this spring. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait for the cold weather to go away, and it hasn't even got here yet. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you on the next one, whatever that next one may be. Now, I gotta clean my tools up. Yes, I cleaned my tools up. I know, I've been questioned about that. And now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this. Anybody wanna buy some slightly used monkey luggage?